Happy Sunday morning. Welcome to the Morning Spike, where we're here to talk about all your fantasy football questions, talk about all things football. We're going to go through all the games. I'm Brian the Grizzly with Mark. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling a lot better now.
You missed the last two shows. Me and Martin have been wearing Watch the Commanders jerseys in honor of you.
Oh.
Funny. I had just got my Jaden Daniels jersey, so I was like, I'm gonna put that on too. So now I have 3 Watch the Commander jerseys.
There you go.
Or 2 Watch the Commanders and 1 Redskin.
Because
Sean Taylor's a Redskin.
So. I have 2 Redskin jerseys. I got Sean Taylor white.
Oh, you wait. So, here Tua said, "Gentlemen, Marky Mark." So, good morning, Tua. So, I have the red Sean Taylor, and I was looking for the white one, right? But the white one was so much more expensive. I was like, why is this more expensive? I have no idea. Like, the red one was only like $80. The white was like $140. I was like, what is going on? Interesting. But apparently, like, there's no difference. So I have no idea.
Yeah, I have a white Mitchell and Ness Sean Taylor.
That's probably why, because it was Mitchell and Ness. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably why I was more. And then I have a red. I have a red Darrell Green.
Darrell Green used to be one of my favorite players.
Me too.
Say, what's up? I don't know who this is, but I love it. Like my favorite person all the time.
Who is this?
Like during the stream, it would change. Like Martin's face would change 3 or 4 times during the stream. And it's so great, and it brings joy to my life. That's all. But okay, so I got a question.
I think Darrell Green single-handedly got me into defense.
So Darrell Green. I think of Jerry Rice. I think of Darrell Green.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. They're one and the same for me. You know.
I don't disagree with that. It's some epic battles.
They're the 2 best. So that's what it was.
Right.
Until Deion Sanders came, they were the 2 best. That was just it. It's a matchup of the week. What do you feel like?
There was a couple that I felt like, from a pick standpoint, was hard. I think Chiefs Falcons can be good.
Maybe, depending on which Falcons show up. But if Kirk Cousins can move around like that, yeah,
right. I was like, I don't know.
Especially now you don't have Pacheco too. You don't know what's going to happen.
I was tired. I went to bed. I thought it was over. They had like 1st and goal. They were up 18-15.
Yep.
I was like, oh, if they're gonna score a touchdown, it's over. And then I checked the next day, and I'm like, the Falcons won.
Yes.
What did I miss?
Because the Philadelphia Eagles are poorly coached. They are horrible. Sirianni is a horrible coach. I know they won the Super Bowl. He's a horrible coach.
Sirianni was the offensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl.
But I mean, obviously he does something right. But I don't blame Jalen Hurts saying like I hate this guy basically, and it seems like the whole team doesn't trust him. I don't blame him because every time I turn around, I'm stupid.
His quarterback and offensive coordinator don't trust him. So,
yeah, color me the same as them. But I'm going for my matchup of the week. I think the hardest game to call for me was the San Francisco LA Rams game, because I don't know. There's nobody. Normally it's an easy call, right? But there's no one playing on either team. Like there's nobody left. Like, no Debo, no George Kittle. Ayuk is there, but no CMC. Like I'm like, okay, so that's what they got. Then the Rams have all 3rd stringers people all around Matt Stafford, and they know each other. So I think it's gonna be a close game. I just don't know what's gonna happen because you don't have anybody.
I think 49ers will edge it out just because I think their defense will shut down the Rams offense.
But yeah, probably the best game is the Detroit, Arizona.
Yeah, who would have thought that one? Not Ravens, Dallas.
I think the Ravens are going to kill Dallas. Personally.
That's kind of what I think too. But you guys, we were hyped on Dallas. So.
Yeah, I think Baltimore's gonna be so mad that they lost those other two games because they should not have lost.
No. Well, Chiefs maybe, but they should have won their second game for sure.
No, I still think they should have won that game. They outplayed the Chiefs. The Chiefs just won the game.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think you hang your head down for barely losing to the Super Bowl champions, but they should have beat the Raiders.
No. The fact that, they definitely should have done that, but the fact that they lost to them 2 times in a row when they had a better team by all aspects, except for the fact that Patrick Mahomes is just better. He just wants it more. I don't know. But what's the worst matchup of the week?
Worst matchup?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I don't know. Browns Giants.
Ooh.
I don't know if I even want to watch that game.
That's bad.
Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of points on either side, and I think we might see Daniel Jones die. So I don't know if I'm excited for that matchup.
Okay, got you. We have Virgin Steve. What's up, fellas? How you doing? Good morning, guys. I hope everyone's up, ready to watch some more football, get ready for everything. I feel like we've been waiting for so long to get to this point. Now that we're here, it feels like almost like a dream. Like I'm like, wow, we're finally here. Finally in in the middle of the season, week 3. I'm like, I've been waiting forever for this. So Tua says, I'm thinking Philly and New Orleans. Both teams are huge question marks for me personally. Well, I think Philly's a good team with a terrible coach. I don't know what the hell New Orleans is because
Derek Carr, 14 offensive possessions, 14 scores. Like, I don't think anybody saw the Saints being this good offensive.
Was it Kubiak? Was it Clint Kubiak?
Yeah.
Like, who knew he was this good? I didn't know he was going to be able to call a game this well. He was a finalist in 3 offensive coordinator jobs, and all of them passed up except New Orleans. He fell into this one, and he might be the best one out of all of them.
That might be a head coach.
For real? He has the pedigree. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Daddy.
Yep.
Stanley.
So I feel like
Stanley.
that. Gary Kubiak, who was
Gary.
He was John Elway's backup in Denver for a lot of years too.
Mm-hmm. And then he was Mike Shanahan.
Yep. So it says it's hard game for me to call. Detroit, Arizona. You know, that's someone who hasn't been playing well. It's as good as I was counting on him to be. I'm really surprised that Jared Goff hasn't had a better season so far.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
He is not as accurate as he was. It's like he got paid again. It's his first time getting paid, so I'm surprised he's not playing as well.
So this game is hard for me to call too, but I feel like this could be our first shootout of the season. I think both teams are more heavy on offense than they are. I know each team has people on defense, but I think as a whole, both these defenses can tend to struggle.
Gotcha.
So I think this could be a shootout.
Thanks, B. Appreciate you doing that always, man.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
This is how I gotta get to. I've been looking at this for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, snaps.
I just
traded Mason for Gibbs.
Who the hell gave up Gibbs
for a soon-to-be backup quarterback?
Oh my god! So Jordan Mason. I don't think CMC comes back to week I'm going to say week 7. So he's going to be a good play for a while. But Gibbs is going to be good the entire year. I don't understand that at all. Who thought that was a good trade?
Right.
Then I was talking to Martin about it. The question is, can Jordan Mason keep this up?
That is true too.
You know, this is a hard thing to do, to be able to keep all this stuff up while you're going. Can he continue to have this type of production week after week with Grindo behind him? You know, Grindo, I think, is going to start getting some playing time too. So I wonder if that's going to be something.
Is Elijah Mitchell hurt?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, what? Why? Where'd he go?
He's not on the team though. He's on what's it? Mitchell on. Where's Elijah Mitchell? I just saw him too. Where was that?
He is Breece Hall and Gibbs. That doesn't seem fair.
That doesn't even make sense. Walker's potato chip ass is probably out. Should I start Jennings, San Francisco, so Juwan Jennings or Foreman? Half PPR.
Mitchell's still on the 49ers.
Yeah, but he's saying, yeah, well, Walker out. Does he start? Mitchell's out.
No, Mitchell's out. I'm just saying. You said he went somewhere else. He's still on.
Yeah, I thought he would. Yeah, he had surgery. I thought he's on injury reserve, so he's out.
Yeah, that's true. So we starting.
So instead of Walker, do you go Juwan Jennings
or
Foreman? I know. I think
half PPR.
Yeah,
I probably lean towards Jennings.
Even with that, because he's the number one guy.
Two. Yeah,
he's really. I mean, there's no one else there. When you look at, you got Ayuk and Juwan Jennings, and that's it.
Yep.
George Kittle's out. Debo Samuel's out. I think Jennings is going to be a great play this week. Even though Foreman is interesting, at any point in time they could pull him. And Foreman's going to be good for like 2 or 3 games. He will be. But I think Jennings is probably a safer bet.
I agree. Just with the half PPR.
Mm-hmm.
Jennings going to get the rock.
Exactly.
Hey, what up, Martin?
Martin's up. What's up, man? And which one's which now?
Yeah, which one's which?
Say, what's up?
Hey.
Fellas, new subscriber here. What's up, Albert?
Thanks for
How
subscribing.
You doing, man?
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. But definitely come in with any questions you got. Let us know, and we're going to go through all this stuff. So definitely thank you. Yeah, don't be surprised if the Saints beat the Eagles and the Cowboys beat the Ravens. 0-3 coming soon.
Yeah, no.
I don't think the Cowboys beat the Ravens because I don't think the Ravens aren't 0-2 for real. They're 0-2 because they're stupid. And I say likely has too big of a foot. Like, that's the reason. They did a terrible job week 2, and that's what it is. So Martin says, at Virgin Steve, I'd go Jennings. Debo is out with a calf. Kittle is doubtful. No, he's out. Kittle is out. Rams aren't the greatest pass at catching. So, yeah, Kittle is out.
Defending?
Yeah. I think that's what he means. Their DBs aren't the greatest.
Yeah. No, and I agree. I agree completely.
So
yo. Yeah, London, Tank Dell, Worthy, or Zach Moss, or Shaheed. Well, for me, I might just go Shaheed at this point.
Because he seems like the number one guy.
20 points a week. Well, not only is he catching a long touchdown every game, he's returning punts and kicks. He's doing it all. Worthy disappeared in game 2.
So, but I think we just realized Rashid Rice is the number one guy.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. And teams are going to kind of try to take Worthy out of the game because of his speed. So I think that's true. Tank Dell only had 1.8 points last week, but Chicago has a great defensive backfield. I don't think that's what's going to happen all the time. Chicago just happens to have
Minnesota this week. So.
Drake London. I will go in this order. I will go Shaheed, London, Moss, Worthy, Dell. I think that's where I'm going.
Was Zach Moss? Isn't he like the number one where he's already?
Yeah, I'm still going. I'm going Shaheed with number one. And then I think London's going to have a good game. Zach Moss right there after him.
I can't remember where Zach Moss is playing. I definitely think Shaheed's number one. For sure. And I'd even go London too.
That's what I did. Yeah, I said Shaheed, then London, then Zach Moss.
Oh, he's with the Bengals.
Yeah, he's the Bengals.
Going against Washington, though?
Yeah, that's true.
Going against Washington?
I mean, it's a true statement, but
we let Singletary run all over us last week, so with the Giants, who have a horrible offensive line.
Yeah, it's true. But I also think that they were really trying to get their T. Higgins is going to start finally. I think they're going to really try to get the ball to their wide receivers. So I think Zach Moss will get the ball, but he just won't get as much as we think. I think he'll probably split time with Chase Brown too. So I just think that that's what's going to happen. So overall, I think he'll be my third.
Yeah. So Shaheed, London, Moss, Dell, Worthy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I agree with too. I agree with that too.
And then we start Pollard or Monty. I think my initial feeling was
I think I'm gonna go Monty.
My initial feeling was immediately Monty.
That front seven for Arizona is not very intimidating.
And
that offensive line is ridiculously good for the Lions.
100%. That's exactly what. And they're obviously giving the ball to Montgomery. Mm-hmm. Gibbs is getting spelled. Montgomery's getting the ball. If he's healthy, they're handing him the ball 100% of the time. It's crazy. So Tua said, I like the Jennings start. I have a parlay with him getting a tutty. So trust my confidence or ignore my stupidity. Yeah, Dane Roche said, need a quarterback. Baker Mayfield against Denver. Jalen Hurts against New Orleans. Need two flexes. PPR. I have Montgomery, Reed, Jerry Jeudy, Charbonnet, and Rashid Shaheed. Okay. So quarterback first. Baker or Jalen? Which I can't believe I've been asking.
Well, right now, Baker's the number 2 quarterback in the NFL.
In all the NFL.
And he's taking on the Broncos.
Exactly. I would never, ever bench Jalen Hurts, except for right now. When we'll say,
well, Brayden and I are like, my dad needs to think about putting Baker in over Mahomes. Because Mahomes isn't putting up points. Baker over putting up like 30 points. Yeah, but then as soon as you do it doesn't happen.
Mahomes want to go through like 500 points. Like, you can't do that. Not Mahomes. But Baker is that dude, especially fantasy football. I'm going Baker Mayfield as my quarterback.
Okay. Yeah, I would too. I like the matchup.
And they need two flexes. PPR, I have Montgomery, Reed, Jeudy, Charbonnet, Rashid, Shaheed. So Shaheed's a definite, right?
Yes, I think Shaheed, you got to put him in.
Yeah, I feel like for me, Montgomery has to be a definite.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you have to go. I mean, Reed is interesting. But Reed is
interesting. I mean, Charbonnet is interesting because I don't think
Walker's playing.
Walker is playing?
No, he's out. No, I'm sorry.
He's out. I was going to say, I just benched him earlier.
Yeah, Walker's out.
He got downgraded to doubtful.
Yeah. So Walker's out. So, yeah, no, I think that Charbonnet didn't really impress me with the amount of time he had. Jerry Jeudy, no. Reed is interesting because they like to get him the ball a lot. And if Love is in, which I'm still not sure, because I don't know if he's even cleared to play. I think that's the issue. Is he cleared to play? They say, possible he's questionable. I don't think Love plays today. They have an extra day, but I still don't think he plays.
Sorry, I'm typing.
Do you think Jordan Love plays today against Tennessee today?
He wants to.
I have a hard time. Love is out today. Yep. I just looked it up. Love
I don't think they'll let him, but I know he wanted to.
Yeah, Love is out. That's what I'm for that. All right. So yeah, Shaheed and Montgomery definitely for this one. Okay. Was Carson Steele a good pickup? So we saw Carson Steele get the ball a lot goal line situations and short yardage situations. But you're not worried about Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, I thought it was a good pickup until they signed Kareem Hunt.
I like Carson Steele, but I do worry about that, not having Kareem Hunt. Just no. So likely or Andrews today? That's a question built for you. Likely or Andrews?
Well, for me, it's easy. It's Andrews because I don't have like.
Who do you think is the better player?
I will go likely. I think Andrews is still better, but I just think Lamar, for some unknown reason, this year is like, likely you're my dude. Andrews, you're my left tackle.
That's what I think the problem is. Andrews is such a complete tight end that they have to keep him in just to run the game plan.
I don't disagree.
I think
they've been running those two tight end sets, but they've been leaving Andrews either short or like blocking situations
because they have to.
And then Likely's been running the fades and outs.
He's doing corner routes. He's doing out routes. He's doing all the seams. It's crazy. So I just feel like, though Likely didn't impress me that last week, I think this week against Dallas, you're going to have to use both those tight ends. But I think Likely's the bigger play right now. So until Andrew shows me he can get the ball and they can not have him block, especially with these DNs that they're going to play today, you got to go Likely.
Okay. Keep forgetting to type.
It said Brian Robinson or Tyler Lockett or Sutton because Keenan Allen's out again. I know Keenan Allen's killing me, man. He's killing me in 2 leagues. Killing me.
Yeah, me too.
So, B-Rob, Tyler Lockett, or Sutton? How you feel?
I might go Brian Robinson. I mean, he's not getting in the end zone, but he's putting up yards.
I'm actually leaning the same way for Brian Robinson. Lockett, I feel like, is become the number 3 in Seattle.
I don't disagree.
And Bo Nix can't get the ball out of his damn hand. That's just what the problem is in Denver. I mean, and they're going to play a Tampa Bay team that's going to be opportunistic. So I'm going to go B-Rob. And they run the ball a lot in Washington. They like to give him the ball. And as long as he's not hurt, he's getting it. So I think that's the safest one to do. It's a PPR, Flex Dobbins or Moss.
Oh, this is easy. You got to go Dobbins.
If J.K. Dobbins is out, I mean, it's out there. You play.
If he's healthy, if he's playing, you go Dobbins.
Exactly. That's just what it is. This talent is off the charts with J.K. And then him being with Harbaugh, they're going to use the hell out of him. So yeah, Dobbins is always the play.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like Zach Moss isn't a horrible pick either because they're playing Washington, but I don't think you can go against Dobbins. Just can't.
I feel you. Tua says, who would have thunk Baker would be in the conversation like he is today? I feel like if someone told us 2 or 3 years ago that we all laugh. I've always thought Baker Mayfield was good. Yeah, I just thought that he has to have team around him, and he's a steady quarterback, right? Sometimes you just want a steady guy.
Yeah. I'm more shocked that the number 1 for MVP and the guy who's leading the NFL in passing is Derek Carr. Oh, that's shocking. Derek Carr.
I believe that's a mirage, and one day
it's a mirage.
something will come in and blow that away, and then we'll be talking about the end of the season. Be like, is Spencer Rattler a better player than Derek Carr? That's what I really feel like that's going to be coming. So, but kudos to him right now. He's doing it right now. So but if
Derek Carr really took it personal that they drafted Spencer Rattler,
he should. They said something about it,
right?
All right. Drop Deontay
Absolutely.
Johnson. QJ.
Absolutely.
QJ is becoming
finally.
Yeah, he's become everything we always thought he was going to be. He's finally that guy. He's finally learned how to catch the damn ball.
19 points on my taxi squad. I was like, ooh, I gotta bring this guy up.
He stopped fighting the ball. That's what he learned to actually use his head instead of punching it. I'm like, what are you doing, QJ? But now I feel like he's the number one guy. Palmer has been out a lot. So, yeah, QJ's the guy. Where it says, like I say, when he's healthy, you start him. That's how it goes. See, I'm not going to lie. I've always been a Baker hater. The problem was all the commercials in Cleveland. That's what really hurt him. Had nothing to do with Baker Mayfield himself. Think about what he did. He brought the Browns to the freaking playoffs. Like he was doing.
Beat the Steelers in the playoffs.
Like he's amazing with what he does. People just don't like him.
And almost beat the Chiefs. That stupid Chad Henne.
Yeah, and then the year that he was bad, he had shoulder problems and continued to play. His only problem was,
but he has the shoulder issue, and freaking Stefanski's like, I need you to throw it 40 yards down the field. Like, his head coach did him no favors.
But he still was out there. Is that not the most team guy you could ever feel like being with? Like,
no, I don't disagree.
When I look in the huddle, and I see a guy who's laboring but willing to play and fight for me, that's a guy I could play with. So, first 2 weeks are supposed to surprise Baker or Carr.
If you look at last season's, Baker was doing good last year. So Baker coming out hot this year, kind of just continuation of last year. Mm-hmm. I can see it. But Derek Carr, you told me, I would have been like, haha, that's funny.
Is it crazy? Is it crazy that division might be the best division in the NFC?
It will be. Well, the NFC North is still pretty good, though.
We are. That's killing me.
Yeah, the Vikings leading it at 2-0, even though you guys said they weren't going to do anything.
I still don't think I think they win 7 or 8 games, maybe.
So maybe 5 or 6 more.
Yeah, well, that's probably we're gonna get 5 or 6 more. What's up, Donnie? Good morning, guys. How y'all doing? I love the fact that we're able to sit here and talk about football this morning. I'm gonna get my team at noon. Going against the Indianapolis team where he lives.
I know you're gonna be late. You're supposed to be here.
I know. we were like, hey, they get to play Indianapolis. We should go to the game. This should be cheap tickets, maybe like $50, $60.
You would have thought. Nope.
$340 later. I was like, what?
For nosebleeds.
Playing in Chicago? All right, so 10-team PPR need to.
That's a very vague question.
All right. How about as well?
We followed it up.
Yeah. Ridley, Reed, P. Ryan, Steele, B. Rob.
Reed can't be say B. Robinson. There's 2 B. Robinsons.
Yeah, but I'm guessing Brian.
I'm gonna guess Brian Robinson.
Yeah, because it's not Bijan, because Bijan's a start. I don't like Ridley yet. He's probably the first guy on the list. I think like you have to go Ridley's number 1. As much as I want to say Reed, he's not going to be it without Love. Love is out, so you can't go Reed. P. Ryan and Steele are all in the same boat of just we don't know what the hell's going to happen in Kansas City, and that so your number 2 answer is Brian Robinson. So the answer is Ridley and Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, like you said, the first 2 weeks, Ridley's clearly number 1 in Tennessee, making crazy plays.
He's the only one doing the crazy things. Yeah.
If Love was there, I would have said Reed, but obviously Love isn't there, so I agree. And I think Robinson is slightly better than both P. Ryan and Steele. So,
yeah. Well, I think P. Ryan and Steele are going to be splitting it. I think he's much better. I want P. Ryan on my team, but I'm telling you, Kareem Hunt throws a monkey wrench into everything.
Right.
And then the coach says, "Oh, the guy got it. He has it." I don't have to even tell him plays. He knows what to do. I'm like, that's the first thing you say about the guy. He's going to play.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know, so that's a no-brainer for me. So Martin said, not so much Baker, but yeah, Carr, yes, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Baker also finally has a place called home, and not with the 50th couch, not with his 50th couch. Yeah. That's right.
Hey, on this question, did we do the tight end one?
Oh man! And lastly, Ferguson or Pitts.
I was just looking at it because I was writing, and I was like, "Wait, I don't think we talked about Ferguson or Pitts."
The answer is Pitts for me.
Yeah, I would say Pitts too, because Ferguson's still coming off that injury.
Yep.
Didn't play last week. Is he playing this week?
I'm not even sure he's healthy right now.
Because he has a sprained knee, so I think he's going to need more than 1 week.
Yeah, that's worrisome overall.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely go Pitts on this one.
Yep, there's no question. Yeah, Pitts is the guy.
I mean, you look at what Likely did playing against the Chiefs. You expect maybe close to Pitts, be the same. But Likely put up like 20 points against the Chiefs.
20 points, yeah, exactly. And could have had 30 if he had.
Oh, could have had, yeah.
One that much.
A little bit of an inch.
And I called it. I was like, man, I think it's gonna be a close game, and then they're gonna win the game at the end of the game. I was like, I get it. I was right, and then turned out to be wrong. What's size 13? Jameson Williams or Pittman Jr. I know I would go.
I think I'm gonna lean towards Williams.
I am not playing Pittman in this game.
Yeah.
There's one guy, Jalen Johnson. People don't throw towards Jalen Johnson. Did you guys hear the conversation between him and CJ Stroud last week? And he was like, "Man, you need to stop going on these shows and tell everybody your secrets." So I wasn't going to throw at you anyway, but now I know you ain't going to play me either. So, Jalen Johnson is a guy you just don't throw the ball to, and if you throw the ball near him, he's going to intercept one of the balls. And as much as Michael Pittman Jr. is a PPR machine, he wasn't last week, and I think that him against Jalen Johnson just not a good matchup. So Jameson Williams, who sometimes is the number one, Amon-Ra is the number one still. But Jameson Williams is the deep threat, and they need him because they're using him more than using Laporta. So I'm going.
Amon-Ra healthy though?
He's still in, I believe.
Okay. I know he didn't finish the game last week.
Yeah.
He collapsed on the sideline when they were trying to score a touchdown at the end. The only reason, though, that I'm leaning towards Jameson Williams,
he's still questionable.
I was going to say, I thought he was hurt. The only thing I'm leaning towards Jameson Williams for me is like what you said. I agree the matchup is better, but also the first 2 weeks I've seen Goff actually throw the ball to Jameson Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Anthony Richardson doesn't like Pittman or if he's just got that better connection with Pierce. But every time you see him launch it down the field, every time you see him throw any kind of deep pass, it's always to Pierce. Like Pittman is just sort of
no. So I watched the last game, and I feel like they're baiting Richardson. Like he's not comfortable throwing the balls in tight windows yet.
Mm-hmm.
So they're baiting him, and they know he's not going to throw the ball if they kind of look like it, might be another shell on top of it. So I think Pittman is a guy you have to throw the ball in close proximity to another player, and he's not going to do it. So he's going to throw to Alec Pierce, who's going over the top. So I just thought that was what it is. And I don't know more because of the game today.
So I'm with you. He just needs some confirmation. And then, hey, look,
100%.
We just asked it. We just answered this.
Yeah. So it's Pitts, 100%.
Yeah, we're gonna go Pitts for sure. For sure.
And then, as you said, with this matchup, it could be you could get Isaiah Likely type of return.
I like the matchup better. Like we said, Ferguson coming off the injury still. Don't know what he's going to be like. I feel like you need more than a week to come off the sprayed knee. What do I know, I guess.
Coming out of that 3-point stance is tough. So let's go through all the actives and inactives real quick, okay? Keenan Allen's out. Travis Homer's out, of course. Njoku's out with an ankle. Pierre Strong Jr. is out with a hamstring. Devon Veal is inactive. Jordan Love is out. Joe Mixon is out. Damian Pierce is out. Michael Pittman Jr. is active. Herbert is active. Palmer is out. Jordan Addison's out. Graham Gano is out. Voldemort is out. Almost got me. Voldemort is out. A.J. Brown out. Russell Wilson inactive. Pruitt out. Tajay Spears is active. Dortch questionable still. Stevens questionable. Isaiah Williams questionable. Davis Allen out for the Rams. Cardi for the Rams. The kicker is questionable. Cooper Kupp, of course, out. Raheem Mostert is doubtful, but most likely out. Malik Washington is doubtful, most likely out. So Braxton Berrios might get run at wide receiver 3. Kenneth Walker is doubtful, but most likely out. It's Zach Charbonnet. Pharaoh Brown is questionable. Debo and George Kittle are both out, and Pacheco's out. So that's what we got so far. None of those are really surprises. Everything you kind of knew was going to happen.
Pretty much. All right, defense.
Pittsburgh
or Texans?
So here's the thing. So I picked Pittsburgh to win this game, but that might just be my fandom. More than anything, I think the Houston Texans should have the team that could go against Minnesota and actually score points too, because I could see this be one of those games that you see interceptions being thrown a lot. I could see Pittsburgh versus the Chargers being a very low-scoring game, and Pittsburgh winning like 13-6, 13-9.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I think I'm going Texans. I think they have more ability to score points. Even though I think Pittsburgh's a better defense.
I think because of what you said about it being a low-scoring game, I think I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
If T.J. Watt has the sacks, that's the question.
Right.
If T.J. Watt doesn't have the sacks, he doesn't have any points.
If T.J. and who's on the other side?
Oh, Pittsburgh. What's his name?
Oh my God! Why am I drawing such a blank?
Oh my God!
I almost said Dupree, and I'm like, he hasn't been there forever.
Oh my God! What's his name? It's Highsmith.
Highsmith. There we go. If Watt and Highsmith can disrupt the passing game of the Chargers, and then Hayward and the guys inside the linebackers can help keep the running game in check, I think points-wise, the Steelers can edge up.
Okay. I just feel like Sam Darnold's the type of quarterback that can give the ball away a lot.
But I agree. But with I don't think unless there's fumbles, like if it's a low scoring game, their Chargers are just going to stay in their wheelhouse and run the ball and run the ball and run the ball. So there isn't going to be a higher chance. Yeah, there isn't going to be a higher chance to get those sacks or to force turnovers, where you might get that more with the Texans, because like you said, the Texans can put up points, causing the Vikings to pass the ball more.
And here's the thing also, just so you guys know, for the Vikings, of course, Jordan Addison's out. Dallas Turner's out.
Mm-hmm. I think Jay Jettis is playing, but I don't know how
Jay Jettis is
he's going to play.
Walter Rouse is out, the tackle. So they're going to have problems. I'm yeah, no.
I have to lean Texans, I guess.
I think Texas is the answer.
I mean, I do like Pittsburgh's defense, but
I think Pittsburgh is a better defense. But exactly.
I mean, I guess it depends on how many points you get for a low-scoring game, I guess.
Yeah, because they won't score. They won't give a lot of points. So, like, Pittsburgh's going to be a safe bet. So they probably get you like 9 points, 8 or 9 points.
Right.
But the Texans have a higher upside because of the interceptions, turnovers, things like that, especially with that defensive backfield.
And then if they do take a big lead in their passing, now it just opens the door for Anderson and Hunter, who probably wants to kill the quarterback in Minnesota more than anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So,
and I got to say, Stingley really impressed me last week.
Oh, Stingley, yes.
DJ Moore is one of the hardest guys to try to defend. Stingley was on him like white on rice. Like, he was on him. It was nuts. Double moves, still there. Doesn't matter. Run after catch, still there. The guy was there. He impressed me a lot. I think that Texas defense has a chance to do a lot of points. So, all right. Kelsey or McBride full PPR? What do you think?
It's crazy we're even asking, but Kelsey has been a no-show so far, so I understand it.
It's really hard for me because I have Kelsey, and I'm looking at it like,
I mean, you can't bench Kelsey, can you? Put them both in.
Yeah, I almost will say, yeah, you might have to play both because Kelsey's been doing so bad, and McBride going against Detroit, their defense and the way they're throwing the ball in Arizona. Man, if I had both of these guys, I'd probably go McBride.
Yeah, I'm probably leaning towards McBride too. But it's so hard to bench Kelsey. Watch, you bench Kelsey, and this is going to be the week he finally goes on.
Exactly. It's a stupid thing to do. You don't bench
100 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Falcons. Watch.
Like, you don't think that they also see? But McBride's been getting 6 or 7 targets every game. Mm-hmm. Kelsey's been getting like 4. So, like, when you break it down, it makes more sense to go McBride. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna tell you McBride and close my eyes.
It's still crazy though.
Like McBride.
Right.
Because Patrick Mahomes is gonna hear that and say, "What?"
Okay. Hold this. 4 touchdowns.
Exactly.
We benched him. He's gonna come in with a hate mail up. McBride, and Kelsey gets 4 touchdowns. Excuse me, guys.
You don't have a sign that says McBride who? just to get at us. What do you think about Malik Willis going against Tennessee? Do you think he's going to do anything, or do you think the fact that Tennessee knows him so well that this might be a bad game for him?
Or is it a revenge game for him? You guys could believe in me. I mean, he didn't look great against the Colts, but he didn't look terrible at the same time. Like, you didn't win because of him, but you also didn't lose because of him.
Well, they didn't let him because, I mean, they ran for over 250 some yards.
Yep.
I think he had like three catches, it's 12 attempts for 127 yards. Like, it was not a lot.
Yeah.
I think that they know things about him and they'll try to bait him into things.
I can see it. I just think it comes down to Green Bay's defense. If they can stop the Titans, they'll give them a shot. But
well, I will tell you this: Tennessee's
Titans
defense,
take any kind of lead, the Packers will be in trouble.
Tennessee defense is really, really good, guys.
No, I agree. That's why I said if the Titans' offense puts up any kind of points, the Packers will be in trouble real fast.
I say Will Levis is so bad though.
I mean,
he is single-handedly the reason why I chose Green Bay for this game, because he's just so.
It's going to come down to him, and he's just going to
throw the ball away somehow. Like, oh, you're up. There's no way for you to lose. Hold my beer. Watch me.
Oh my God! I saw a thing, and it was like a clip from like a 2K football game from back in the day, and it goes, "This is what's going through Will Levis's head every time he does this." And the quarterback gets hit, goes flying through the air, and you just see him go like this, and the ball literally goes 60 yards down the field, right to the receiver who catches it. And they're like, "This is Will Levis's mind process every time."
This is what's going to happen. Everything's gonna be fine. That's terrible.
Like, that's what he is envisioning. Doesn't come close.
No, and the guy just sitting there like, how do you throw it to me? There's no receivers over here,
right? The defender's like running down the field as a touchdown. Will Levis, wrong team again.
So I haven't asked you this. This whole Bryce Young being benched. What do you think about this? Or is Carolina just the worst team in the NFL, the dumbest coaching staff in the NFL ever?
I wish there was more explanation behind it. Because if they were benching Bryce Young because they were like, we don't want to kill this kid, we don't want to completely kill his confidence because we realize just how bad of a team we are. So that's why, then I completely understand it. But if they really think they're benching Bryce Young because Andy Dalton can bring more to the table, I'm like, yeah, this organization is awful.
The fact that they're doing, it's hard for me to even say this. So Bryce Young was able to play 18 games, and they're benching him.
Yep.
18 games?
Like,
are you that stupid?
Can't wait for Bryce Young to get traded for the Dolphins and become
a superstar.
Perennial Pro Bowl best player in the NFL type situation. Yeah,
and just rub your nose in. Like, it doesn't make any sense to bench this kid right now. I don't understand. Your team is not good. You're not putting great players around him. He's going to go through with bumps and bruises. You have to give him 2 to 3 years before you figure out what the freak it is. And
I thought you couldn't get worse than the Giants' offensive line. And the Panthers were like, hold my beer.
Exactly.
I'll show you.
Just wait.
Yeah. I'm like, you're not giving this guy any protection. Like, you're not. I mean, you're bringing in people to see if it works, like, for weapons, but, like, you're not really bringing in anybody.
No. So they've given up all the crap they gave the Bears for the pick, right? They lost DJ Moore and all those picks. So they haven't had a good first round, second round pick for a while. Then for Brian Burns, they gave him away for nothing really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, for Christian McCaffrey,
nothing.
They gave him away for nothing. So this team had CMC, who was last year's best running back. You know, they would have had the first pick in the draft. You know, they had DJ Moore, who's a top 15 receiver. They had Brian Burns, and they got rid of all that crap for nothing. They gave up more than they got back with all that. And then you want to blame Bryce Young, who's in game 18 of his career?
And not just that, but every year you bring in a new coach with new coordinators. Like, it's just not like, oh, here you go. This is your guy. Oh, halfway through the season, he's fired.
Yeah.
Bringing in a new guy, he's going to install his system. Like, you're not going to get anywhere if you have to tell a poor kid he's got to learn a new system every offseason.
I think they're literally the worst run franchise I've ever seen. I've never seen a franchise this bad or stupid. Literally the dumbest. And
well, I mean, that's only because Dan Snyder's gone.
That's true. Someone had to fill the void.
They did. It's so awesome talking about all these misrun organizations, and it's like, it's not me. It's not me.
But those teams are the ones that make me feel good about my Bears.
Right?
Oh, thank you guys. You're so terrible. In other news,
yeah, I don't think it's fair. I feel bad for Bryson. So.
Where should he go?
I mean, depending on the Tua situation. I mean, Miami. Where else?
Miami. So, because they said a lot of teams are called to ask for, hey, you want to trade him? We'll give you something.
Right.
I'll be willing to give up a 3rd round pick for Bryce Young today.
I can't remember who the other. There's 2 teams I saw linked to them: the Dolphins and another one, but I can't remember.
They said the Panthers have gotten trade inquiries. At least 4 teams have called.
Interesting.
At least 4 teams. It could be, and they don't know the name of the teams, but they're guessing the Jets. They said that the Jets could be doing it. The Raiders.
Oh, Raiders. That was the other one. Yeah, that was the other one. Raiders.
The Dolphins. And they don't know who the 4th mystery team is.
Interesting.
I don't know. Who would that 4th mystery team be, possibly? The Rams? Yeah. So I can see the Bryce Young going to the Rams or Miami.
Yeah, Rams.
Sit behind Matt Stafford for a little bit and then be the dude afterwards. Can you imagine that? You already have your replacement, your heir apparent. And then Sean McVay, who is a genius on offense, has another guy that you give up a 3rd round pick and have that guy come in and sit behind Stafford. Oh, my goodness. That'll be good for Bryce Young, and it'll be good for the Rams.
Right.
But Miami can
and at this point, he's damaged goods, so it's not like it'll even take that much to get him.
I think you have to get a 3rd rounder. I think that's what it is.
Well, how crazy would that be if they trade Bryce Young for a 3rd rounder after giving out how much for him? It was technically 3 first rounds and 3 2 second rounds.
3 first rounds and a 2nd round. It just and DJ Moore, like unbelievable. Oh, it's a great day to be a Bear. Just looking at them, how bad they are. Yeah.
Like you said, they could have just held on to DJ Moore. They could have held on to Brian Burns, and then they could have had Caleb Williams this year. So Zach Wilson was traded, the number 2 overall pick was traded for a 7th round pick. Zach Wilson in a 7th round for a 6th rounder. The Bears traded Justin Fields to the Pittsburgh Steelers as for a 6th rounder that will be a 4th rounder because we're stupid. Because he's going to be a starter there. New England traded Mac Jones for a 6th rounder. Would you give up a 3rd rounder for Bryce Young? Or would you have to go? Would it be a 4th rounder for you? I give up a 3rd one.
Said Burns went to the Giants and he's doing nothing. With a line that has Thibodeau, like they should be good. On paper, everything makes sense. I just don't know. Maybe you just go to the Giants and you automatically go there to die. I don't know. Like, that's where your everything in your career just goes and suffers because you can't do anything.
I just want to say that I told everybody so. when everyone was hyped with D-Ball taking them to the playoffs and winning 10 games in his first season. And I was like, this, sir, is a team that has mightily overachieved. What have they done 2 years since?
No, well, I mean, come on. Giving up Saquon Barkley was idiotic. I mean, just idiotic.
Not wrong.
So I don't know what they're thinking. But they've underachieved. I mean, they have a team. They have Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, and Brian Burns, and none of them have sacks. You know, Dexter Lawrence actually have one, but no one else has sacks. So I don't. Yeah, I think they just underachieved. I don't think they believe in their coach anymore. Even though Dable, I think, is a great offensive mind, and
I do too. I'm shocked, honestly.
I just think that he didn't have the right quarterback. He's bad. You're only as good as your players.
Yeah, but with Daniel Jones, his rookie or his first year, he made Daniel Jones look amazing. What happened?
Daniel Jones, he turned back into a pumpkin.
Well, I mean, he got hurt last year, but I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Here's what happened. I was looking at a picture that said we were to build the worst quarterback of all time. And they said, okay, we're going to use the legs of Daniel Jones and the arm of Daniel Jones and the sight, the knowledge of Daniel Jones and the body of Daniel Jones and the shoulder of Daniel Jones. That's what we're doing to build the worst quarterback of all time.
I've seen the same thing with Bryce Young a bunch of times too, unfortunately.
Bryce Young's just short. I think the talent is still there. I still believe him, honestly. Okay, so shout out. We gotta say something about Mercury Morris, 2-time Super Bowl champion, who died. I believe it was yesterday. He was 1970. I mean, he was 1972 Super Bowl champion. They have the unbeaten team. He did pass away at the age of 77. It's crazy. I mean, he was one of the first guys who played right next to Zonka. That backfield was great. And he was also the loudest guy about I don't want to see another team ever go undefeated. The loudest man, popping the champagne every year and everything. I mean that's very cool. I never really hated on it, but it's sad to see someone like that go. So prayers to his family, and we're all worse off not having him out there, and hopefully he enjoyed his life and had a great one.
He enjoyed popping champagne every year.
He definitely did that. Said we were the greatest, we were the GOAT. So that was happening in NFL news. Let's go through these teams. Here, what do you think about this? I think Bucky Irvin will be number 1 soon. Over Rashad White.
Interesting.
What's your thoughts?
Maybe, but I mean, the only reason that wouldn't shock me is because the shelf life of running backs is, 2 years. Okay, we'll move on. So it doesn't completely shock me, but it would be sad to me because I like White. I think he's good.
I think they're going to have a situation that's similar to Detroit.
Run with
run with 2 backs, go Rashad White for a lot of the pass catching stuff.
Say he's like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Outside runs. Exactly.
Bucky Irvin's going to be Monty.
Exactly. So I think there'll be more 1-1A. But I thought Bucky Irvin could be good, and just like I thought Braylon Allen would be good. And I think I'm right on both counts.
Oh, I know. I bet these Hall owners are not happy.
Yeah. Like, who's this guy getting all these touches?
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's go through these games, run them down real quick. Chicago Indy. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with See, this is the hardest game for me.
Remember where you live.
I know. We'll go Indy.
Okay.
Just because they're at home. Although there'll probably be just as many Chicago Bears fans because, good Lord.
It's probably more. That's why they had
so many Chicago people out and about last night. Because I had an employee thing downtown at the Marriott last night for my job.
The J-Dub? All right.
And we left and we were walking around downtown and there was just Chicago Bears everywhere.
This is what we do.
Yeah,
we do, and that's close enough. It's 3 hours away, so we're like, hey,
right?
Let's get the car, let's go.
Right,
and it's cheap.
We'll go up there tonight. Yeah, we'll go up there tonight, watch the game, come back.
If DeForest Buckner was playing and Latu wasn't injured, I think it'll be a closer game. I think the Bears are going to be able to run, even with their terrible offensive line, run all over the Colts. And with the defense that the Bears are, Richardson throws the ball to the other team. I think the Bears score 2 touchdowns on offense and score a touchdown on defense and win 21-17.
I can see it. Like I said, I just want the Colts because they're at home. That's kind of my tiebreaker when I'm like, I don't know who to go with. I'm like, let's go with the home team.
I love road dogs. Home dogs or something, but yeah. Chargers, Pittsburgh. Who you got?
We kind of talked about it already. I think we both agree it's going to be a fairly low-scoring game. I have the Chargers edging them.
Say, happy Sunday. Thanks, Monique.
Yes, Monique. Happy Sunday to you, too.
Hopefully you guys questions.
We already know you're going with the Steelers. With the Steelers winning.
Oh, 100%. Come on. Me? Come on. I'm going 100% with Steelers. I want Justin Fields to win every game he can. I think it was terrible. They did him wrong, and I want him to win 100% of the time. All right, need one flex, Ayuk or Singletary. So the Giants are playing Cleveland.
Yeah, see Ayuk.
Yeah.
I'd say anywhere near the Giants.
Ayuk because there's no one else there. Ayuk and Jawan Jennings will catch all the balls. All of them. You know, Debo's out, George Kittle's out, CMC, of course, is out. I'm going Ayuk. And I think you're going to have a big game from him. Singletary went against the Washington defense, and that's why he had a good game last week. I think that was a mirage. You want to go against Cleveland this week and get hit in the mouth.
Right. So. Plus, I mean, look how good Ayuk did last year when Debo went out.
Mm-hmm.
So, got week 3. He's got his feet under him by now, too.
Said she didn't realize Kittle was out. Yes.
She said little.
Kittle. Yeah.
She didn't even realize Little was out. She said Little 3 times. Kittle.
Hey,
we know you meant. Yeah, we got you. We know you meant.
But yeah, that's what I think. I mean, the fact that he's out, I mean, with Debo and it's just he is the number. He's the man, and they're going to be throwing him the ball left and right. And the Rams aren't this great defense, that's going to be able to shut down anybody. So this is Ayuk's get right game, and this might actually be good for San Francisco. Get Ayuk right, and then by the time you bring everybody else back, they're clicking on all cylinders. Yeah, the autocorrect was killing her. Yeah, see, we've all been autocorrected multiple times.
Right. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started.
All right. So who's the backup?
Hey, when I misspell a word by one letter and
the whole word changes.
No, the spell correct's like, we don't know what you're trying to spell. I'm like, it's all by one letter. What do you mean? What was the game?
So who's the backup tight ends?
Who is the backup? That's a good question. I got to look it up.
I think it's Eric Saubert, but I think it's Salbert. Because I feel like he was in the game. He's the only guy that I saw in the game last week. Against Minnesota. So I think Salbert is the guy. Yeah, he had 2 receptions. So, yeah, Salbert. It is Salbert.
There you go, Salbert.
But I think what they use juice a little bit more in the past.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
So I think Salbert would be in, sometimes some routes, but a lot more in protection. I think they use juice in a lot of the routes. Because your fullback is really just a glorified tight end. So don't be surprised if that's what happens. All right. Going back through the games. Minnesota, Houston, what do you think happens?
I think Houston wins.
I think Houston wins big, actually.
You think big? I think it could be close, but I think Houston wins.
I think CJ Stroud has been looking for this type of team. I think this is going to be a big win for them. But the Philadelphia-New Orleans game, really, I still don't know.
I got New Orleans. No, I got New Orleans.
It's hard for me to say New Orleans is going to start 3-0.
It's hard for me to say that too, but they just smashed Dallas. We already said there's dysfunction with the Eagles. It's in New Orleans. That crowd's going to be loud.
Yeah, but when is Derek Carr going to turn back into a pumpkin?
Maybe Clint Kubiak knows how to keep him a diamond. Keeping that shine on,
Well, Mark says New Orleans. I say,
don't ask me.
Also, I need one more flex. I have Rashad White, Zamir White, Najee, Christian Kirk, Khalil Shakir, and QJ on my bench. QJ is the guy. I believe. I'll go QJ, Najee. Yeah, I'll stay away from Zamir White and Rashad White.
Stay away from Zamir White too.
Khalil Shakir, interesting, but I think QJ and Najee are better options. But I think QJ is the guy.
Even against that
Pittsburgh defense.
Daunted Pittsburgh defense.
Because I feel like he's the number one guy. And I don't think anyone else is going to have a crazy good game. Najee's still splitting time. Najee's he's still with Warren. He's still splitting time. I don't know if I believe that. I'm going to QJ.
Yeah, I go QJ and then Najee second.
Yeah, that's exactly where it is. So yeah, Def not starting. Kirk, he burned me so bad. Christian Kirk, you just can't trust him, right? He's not worth the $20 million they're paying him. That's just what it is. And I'm not coming after anybody else's money. So if you got money, big ups to you. But yeah, I'm not starting you on any type of team ever. Yeah, and he was pretty good last year, which was why I drafted him. I understand. I really do. But no, Rashad White, what you would think would be the answer, but he's been getting, partial reps. So that's the issue, and that's why I go QJ.
Kincaid or Ferguson? Kincaid.
Yeah, Ferguson. What we said before, you don't know what Ferguson's going to be this week. He's still coming off the injury. Knee injuries are tough. They really are. And I will want to be a week late to Ferguson coming back than trying to jump in on it early when Dalton Kincaid can be the guy right now. So I think Kincaid, yeah. All right. Denver, Tampa Bay. I think we're both going to say Tampa Bay.
Yes, absolutely.
Green Bay, Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Green Bay.
I'm going to say no one because I hate. Never going to say anything good about
team that shall not be named.
Yeah, the team up north. I don't care about them. So no, I'm not.
Oh, the Kings of the North.
F them. Ooh, okay. Jonathan came in and said Godwin or Shaheed half-point PPR. Ugh. Who else are you starting? Godwin is like unbelievable. And Shaheed has been leading everything. Like, who else are you starting?
That's crazy.
Which one you going with?
I mean, the second question's a lot easier.
Yeah, this one's a no-brainer. J.K. Dobbins. No-brainer. 100%. If Dobbins is healthy, you start him. So I have Jefferson and Rice and Rashee Rice.
Oh, God. So you bench Jay Jettis? Going against Stingley? Coming off an injury?
I don't think I could. I don't think I can. No, you don't. That's the answer. You don't. I'm going to.
I'm gonna go Shaheed. It's gonna be close. I don't know. I don't think you go wrong with either one.
I'm gonna go Godwin. I hate doing that. I hate he split it up with you. I feel like Godwin is the guy. Yeah. I think I'm going Godwin. And mostly because I trust Baker Mayfield. And I know Derek Carr has been the MVP of the year so far. I don't trust it. I really don't trust it. And I think Godwin's going to have a really good game this week. I don't want to lead you down the wrong path, but yeah. Because Godwin's just been amazing. But I feel like you're going to win either way it goes.
Right? That's what I said. I feel either way. Well, as a Saints fan. Oh, yeah, Jonathan Smith. Pick Bucks player. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I understand. That. But you're going against Denver, So Baker Mayfield with Godwin against Denver. It's hard. And New Orleans is going against Philadelphia, who couldn't at any point in time wake up. At any point in time, these guys can wake up. It's a good team. I feel.
Look what they just did against the Cowboys defense that you guys said was monstrous.
You're 100% right. I mean, you guys are 100% right. I feel like I'm going to ride with Baker Mayfield with Godwin this year so far. And then get that team is just so bad.
Oh my God, you got Jameson Williams too.
Oh my God.
Anybody else you have on your team?
That is nuts that you have all that on your team. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm going to say Chris Godwin has 16 targets, 2 touchdowns, and 200 yards in 2 games. He has double the amount of yards as Mike Evans in 2 games. And Baker's looking for him all the time. So I think Godwin is what the freak. I have Amari Cooper, AJ Brown, and Charbonnet too. Dude, That doesn't make sense.
Well, is AJ Brown playing?
No, he's hurt.
Yeah. How'd you get all these damn receivers?
All right. He's playing in a 10
Amari
league.
Cooper, AJ Brown, Jameson Williams, Jay Jetta.
He probably went all our receivers early. You go all your early rounds, go early. Yeah, see, Godwin and Dobbs, when healthy, you start them. I guess I would go Godwin. You know, that's me. But I understand. Shaheed is a good question though, and I understand your fanhood. Also, I do. I really do. You know, I have one team.
Well, it's if you're in a league that gives you the extra points for punt return, kickoff return. Actually, he does it all.
Yeah, I have a team. Well, in the guillotine one, where Jordan Love was getting more points, and I decided I didn't care if he was going to start or not. I'm not playing him. I don't care because my fandom wouldn't allow it. Oh man. So are you talking wide receivers? I got Devontae Smith right now. So Devontae is doing an unbelievable job, especially with AJ Brown going. It's just that team is the problem. That coach Sirianni is the problem. I honestly, I think that's the biggest problem with them. But Devontae Smith is still going to continue to produce. So, but the answer still is, for me, Godwin and Dobbins, when healthy, you start them. Yeah. So,
Dobbins.
All right. So, what are your words on Dalton Kincaid? What do you feel about the Bills and Dalton Kincaid right now?
Where's Martin when we need him? Sure, he's got some words. Dalton Kincaid is question mark. Because you would have thought, okay, last year he took strides throughout the season, going to be the number one guy, and now you watch him and Dawson Knox is out there more than Dalton Kincaid.
Which is weird because Dawson Knox, people thought they were going to get cut.
Right? I didn't even exactly.
You know, it's like, what is the problem? Is he not getting the concepts of this new offense? Kincaid is still really the starter, but his targets just been all over the place. So he got this entire season. He has 6 targets. Okay, 4 and 2. I don't know if they can't block enough, or is it because he's sitting in helping them block? He's not getting it. You keep selling me on my fantasy. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I don't know what to do about Dalton Kincaid.
It's hard because he's clearly the number one tight end there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and you gotta think, Josh Allen getting him the ball. But just like you said, is he not getting the concepts? Do they not trust him? We need some more clarification from the Bills is what we need.
Yeah, it is good for Martin right here. So if Jacksonville knows how to do one thing, it's put Oluokun is really good at tight end. So he's good at picking up the tight end. That's what he's trying to say more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So he is.
Yeah, so that's why you can't really go anything with him right now. So we said Kincaid or Ferguson. He's saying Ferguson, even though he's coming off of injury. I can't go there right now. I think Kincaid has opportunity still. He's getting some targets still.
What? He just picked up Bowers off of waivers? Wow.
Yeah. I did too. I was able to, on one of my leagues, I picked him up off of waivers. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you might have to go Bowers. I mean, he's already set the record for most targets by a tight end through 2 weeks. For a rookie.
Over McBride, who is right now one of the top guys.
Yeah, but Bowers is going against the Panthers.
Bowers then. 100% Bowers. 100%. 100%. Not even a question. That's not even. Oh, I can switch it up real quick.
I was like, I know how to sway this guy. I'll let him know who he's playing. Yeah, oh, never mind. We'll go with him.
Done. Quick. Hurry up. It's so funny. So it's funny we're saying this. Who do you think is the number one ranked tight end this far this year?
Likely.
It is still Trey McBride.
Is it Trey McBride? There you go.
Guess who's number 2?
No idea.
It's Sam Laporta. Number 3.
I almost said Sam, but
number 3 is Brock Bowers. The difference is that Bowers is going against Carolina and McBride is going against Detroit. And Carolina's just a better one, so a better defense to go against. Do you think CJ Stroud will be as good as last year? I think it'll be better. When you looked at his stats, he threw 4,000 yards, but he had 3 games that he threw for under 100 yards. You're not going to get that anymore with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's going to throw for 4,300 yards, maybe 26, 27 touchdowns, and maybe like 9 interceptions. Because he's starting to fit the ball into the tighter holes. So he's going to take chances. So I was going to get Bowers, but he was picked right before my turn. So it's Brock. You got to go Brock Bowers for Jonathan. Jonathan says, what are the chances the Panthers go 0-17?
Really high.
I don't think any team could go 0-17 because in the NFL, any team can win. But they have a really tough division. And their schedule is not easy for a team that was as bad as they were. I don't think they go 0-17, but I do believe they only win 2 games.
We should pull their schedule up real quick and see if there's anybody left to beat.
The Broncos, I think they could possibly beat the Broncos. That someone has to win. They play the Commanders, but the Commanders are better than they are. So that's not the question. And then that's it. The Giants.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the Germany game.
Yeah. So the Giants, the Broncos, and I think the Commanders still beat them. So that's it. I think those are 2 games.
I think if the Giants beat the Panthers, they're going 0-2. Like, if you can't beat the Giants, I mean, they just were the first team in NFL history to score 3 offensive touchdowns, give up no touchdowns, and lose the game.
And lose, yeah. How about this? Carolina has 13 points this season. They've scored 13 points, and they've given up 73. They are a minus 60.
In 2 weeks. 2 weeks, they're minus 60.
Oh, man, that bad. That team is bad. I still think they go 0-17. I think somehow you lucky into something. Someone gets injured, you lucky.
Play all the Raiders. Play Max Crosby. Play.
We definitely went Max Crosby this week.
Hopefully you went Max Crosby.
We definitely did.
Especially with Andy Dalton. Concrete.
Oh my gosh! You know exactly where he's going to be. He's going to be growing roots in exactly that spot. He's not going to be moving around.
Right.
Will Brandon Aubrey be the face of kickers this season? Do you think? As far as kickers go.
Good. I don't know. My kicker just kicked 7 in a game. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think kickers are still, in my opinion, I feel like you have your best kickers, but the difference between the best kickers and the worst kickers are like that much. Aubrey is leading everybody, but Would I take Butker over him? Probably. Would I take Moody over him? Probably. Fairbairn, I'll probably take over him. McPherson, I'll probably take over him. And probably Jake Elliott. So, though Aubrey's there, I feel like being in Dallas, you're somehow still going to. Yeah, I think it comes down a couple of ranks. Though Aubrey is good. Very, very good. So, Panthers will get lucky and win 1 or 2 somehow.
No.
No, they won't. You don't see it.
They're gonna need more than luck. They're gonna need some team to come in with like 70 people on IR.
It could happen. I feel like divisional games will matter since every team in the South has a chance,
except for the Panthers.
Yeah, I believe they go. They still go. Aubrey and Kaimi I scored most first round picks so far. It's only because we've thrown less touchdowns this year than we have in 12 years. Quarterbacks this year have thrown less touchdowns than we've had in 12 years. Now, I don't know if that's because we don't take preseason seriously. We don't play with our teams and our receivers during preseason to get that rhythm yet. But I think it's going to turn around. All that stuff is going to turn around. We have no quarterbacks that have thrown an offensive touchdown. None.
Yeah, so JJ McCarthy's still tied for the rookie touchdown lead.
With 0.
For quarterbacks.
Yeah. I'm tied for the rookie quarterback lead. With 0. Like, I'm just saying that's something that's going to change. We don't take the preseason serious enough. And by week 4 or 5, you would have had a couple of games under your belt, and all of a sudden you will see someone's going to throw for 4 touchdowns. And then someone's going to catch 4 touchdowns. You're going to start seeing it. It takes a little time for the rookies to kind of get together. Do you think Nick Chubb will have a comeback season from last year? Will Nick Chubb play week 5 or 6, and then we have a good season by the end of the year?
I would like to hope so, as I have Chubb in my Dynasty league.
2 serious knee injuries is really hard to come back from. That's kind of why I'm going to leave it. I hope he does, but it's hard seeing him. I mean, he destroyed his knee. He shattered it. And most of the time,
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
With his shoulder.
But most of the time, it takes a year to recover from something like that. Unless you're Adrian Peterson, because he was a machine.
But he didn't destroy his knee. He just tore ACL.
Tore his ACL. Yeah, he didn't destroy all the ligaments and had it all
He literally had to surgically get his whole knee replaced.
They had to look at a picture and then put it back in. Like,
right.
Okay, this goes in here.
Like he had a jigsaw puzzle. Here. I think this goes here.
I think Nick Chubb becomes a starter by the end of the year. If that's enough for you. I think he becomes a starter there by the end of the year. And their emotional leader. Will he be good? I think I don't know. I don't think he's comeback player of the year.
They're gonna ban cover 2.
If they ban cover 2, then there'll be 1,000 points every game. It'll be right. That's only
wait, what?
Yeah.
I think Kyler's probably Aaron Rodgers maybe. Aaron Rodgers and Kyler are the top 2.
I think Aaron Rodgers right now, after that last game, looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
He got injured in week 2 last year, and I'm just hoping he'll last the season.
Yeah.
Was it week 2? Or was it week 4?
But so he's going to have – I mean, he's still not going to be even available for another week or so, right?
Well, yeah, he can't even come off until week 4.
So and then they have 28 days to bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they take a time with him. He's good, but until he comes off IR, I'm not even going to really think about it, honestly. Here's a good question, though. Will the Alvin Kamara hype die down?
Hopefully. This
No.
week, because I got to play him.
I think Alvin Kamara was always this good. Then he had a coach that didn't want to run with him. Then didn't realize he was on a trajectory to be a Hall of Famer. That's how Alvin Kamara was on. And then he had stupid problems in the offseason. And he had a coach that didn't want to use him and forgot about him. I think Alvin Kamara is going to have a great year this year. And then next year he'll start to really fall apart again. So if it was Dynasty, I wouldn't count on it. But for a year, for a redraft, yeah. What do you guys think of this trade? I get Olave for Mason and Ridley, PPR. My wide receivers are Evans, Puka, with running backs being Bijan and Brees. Who's your backup running back? Is my question. And Puka's not going to come back to about week 7.
Yeah, I say Puka's going pretty good. Oh, Bijan, Brees.
It is great. Don't get me wrong.
Back-to-back number 1 picks.
You had to be like this is a redraft. Yeah, because Jordan Mason is RB3. So the problem is injuries. But Jordan Mason is only going to be good for about 4 more weeks. So getting that trade, I think is actually probably a good one. You just got to hope that you can survive, because the idea that Puka's not going to be playing for next 4 weeks. If you have another injury, I don't know if you can survive it. But getting Olave and Evans now.
Let's look like what are your other running backs look like.
Yeah, that's what I say. He said George Mason is RB3. So I don't know. Your other backup, it might be tough. But yeah.
Overall, not bad.
What up, Tank?
Hey, what up, Mr. Kramer?
Hey, don't forget, Tank. Me and you need to be. We'll be at the game next week. We'll be at the Bears game, coming live for you guys. I'm 2-0 right now. Duh. Hell yeah, you are. You are, yeah. So I'm thinking long term probably. Yeah, and then you have a couple games under your belt, so that makes sense overall. I think once again, Jordan Mason is only going to be the starter for about 3 or 4 more weeks. So for you to do that, upgrade to Olave, because even though Olave, I don't know what's going on in New Orleans, because it seems like someone doesn't like him. So Tank says, I need a quick tight end replacement for Kittle. Any good options? So streaming tight ends is really tough this week.
It is.
I would almost go to San Francisco and get that guy. If that makes, or do you go Dawson Knox, who's been doing okay?
Yeah, Dawson Knox would be a bad one if he's available. Who else would be available? Who's available?
Yeah, maybe Hunter. You got Hunter Henry. Is he available?
Well, he played already.
Yeah. Gesicki, is he available?
Gesicki.
Yeah, depends on your league who is really available right now. That's the hard part.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Kenneth Walker is officially out.
He is?
Yep.
All right. So I will still have the basic for this week as well. So go ahead and play them, and that's great. All right, so now you've really made the trade look much better. Schultz, Parkinson, or Gesicki?
Schultz?
Yeah, I'll go Dalton Schultz. 100%.
Yeah, I was going to say, definitely Schultz. Good stuff.
Yeah. Tank Schultz. He said, and what do you do for Joe Mixon? I haven't found a replacement yet. And it's funny because it's not just Joe Mixon is out. It's his backup is also out. So the Texans are going with their third string running back right now. Yeah.
Maybe pick him up.
I'm actually leaning towards, which is Cam Akers. If Cam Akers is available, you go Cam Akers.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll be looking at.
Cam Akers was the backup.
Yeah. But I mean, there's no one else left because Damian Pierce is the backup. He's number 2. And then Cam Akers is number 3. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, guys. We only got 4 minutes.
Time for some football.
Got to get out of here because I have at least 2 leagues that I have to check out my lineup. And that's what we got for. So the only reason I'm hesitant is because Cam Akers is that got CJ Stroud at quarterback. So what? He might, because CJ Stroud throws the ball also. If you saw what Joe Mixon did, Joe Mixon was catching the ball a lot out of the backfield. I think that's actually a reason to start Cam Akers.
I have a league where I have Stroud, Collins, and Schultz.
As Tank said, football!
Right.
Air down! All right, guys. We're out of here. We're going to try and run to our TVs and set our lineups real quick. Hope we helped you out. We'll see you guys on Tuesday on the Panda and Grizzly Show, Wednesday on Dynasty Pylon, and back here on Sunday. So thank you guys all for all your questions, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys.
Later, guys. Thank you.